they are sitting on the gold mine. Once people can walk from their train station and walk home, deal is done. Again, the connection between infrastructure and real estate. We actually started something at Ijora Badia, that development just by the train station, but time did not allow us to finish it when I left office. So these are, for me, the places where I think that we should be putting the kind of accommodation that I have spoken about for the kind of people that I have spoken about. Now, if we do this kind of things, what do we expect to see as the impact of the economy? Let me just share again experience. So the Badara housing estate, the Lagos Homes housing estate, just by the expressway, I think that was one of the first ones that we started building. It was just 1 hectare of land. But on one of the visits I undertook, we did a head count of the number of people working on that site. There were over 1,000 people providing one service or the other. From those who were supplying water in tankers, those who were supplying sand, those who were vending food, those who were helping the on-site workers cut and plait their hair. It was just a value chain. But those are the small businesses that put money on the table. Those are the small businesses that bring dignity to every home. When every head of the house can get up in the morning and say those very important words, I am going to work, as against I am going to bed. Very, very important. And real estate can do this once we unlock. I recall that I met a family, very, very interesting family, at our national housing site in Ibadan. I told this story on several occasions. I could not tell it enough. You know, they walked up to me and I said, how do you know me? They said, we used to work in one of your sites in Lagos. But when you left, it seems that the work has stopped. But when we heard that you are doing housing in Ibadan, my wife helped me. She cooks for the whole people on the site. So they work from Monday to Friday, come home in the weekends. These are real life experiences because those are the people I like to interact with at the sites. Some of those vendors then used to tell me that after each day's sales, they used to sell them a plate of food for about 250 naira, 300, depending on what state you are. We traverse many states. But one common denominator was that they went home with something in the region of about 3,000 to 5,000 naira every day. And that was when the national minimum wage was 18,000 a month. You do the math. They were earning almost the national minimum wage weekly. So these are the real, unmeasured, not fully reported, measured consequences. Those people who are kicking away, cutting away, shaving away, hauling on those construction sites are those people we are talking about their employment, are those people we are talking about cost of living, are those who are impacted. So this kind of investment is a no-brainer. It impacts them in really outstanding way. Of course, I don't know how many people here have been to a quarry. The untold story of Nigeria's prosperity. Those who own quarry don't tell anybody. But go there, blasting, grinding, crushing, and haulage. And without quarries, there is no real estate. And when you see trucks going, go and ask the National Union Road Transport Employers Association. When quarry is doing good, they own all the trucks that haul. So that's how you begin to measure. When trucks are moving, who is moving trucks? Drivers. And what are trucks moving on? Oil and gas and lubricants. And Otunba State has some of the largest quarries in Nigeria, and they haven't declared how much they are making from them. So, but hey, what else is there to say? Except to speak very quickly to a subject that is very close to my heart, and I'm done. Because it will be remiss of me not to say something about it. But perhaps importantly, to draw everybody's attention here, especially the estate surveyors, the realtors, and the landlords, to this subject in the way that it impacts inflation management and cost of living challenges. And I speak of no other problem than asking people to pay 2 or 3 years rent in advance from salaries that they get monthly in arrears. So every time they bring that money, bring 3 years rent in advance, we just raise the price of our collective cost of living because the cost is passed on. And I am sure that we will see a remarkable inflationary freeze, if not a reversal, the day that rent payment converges with salary receipts. If I can pay monthly when I get my salary, you will see a movement in the economic index of this country. I hope that it happens in my lifetime, but it is something that I'll continue to agitate about. We did a little about it, reduced it from 3 years, I think, to a year in Lagos. But really, it's about demand and supply. How do we assuage the concerns of the landlord? What is fair? What is he afraid of? That he wants everything in advance. Can we mitigate it somewhat? But I'm developing other thoughts of that which time will not allow me. But that problem has a twin. It doesn't come alone. That is the rental side. But the purchase side is also problematic. When you tell somebody to go and bring 30 million or 40 million to buy a flat and you want everything in one day, it's inflationary. And so today I'm going to look at the group chairman of Wemabod. I think you have the muscle as a conglomerate owned by several states and as an institutional developer to put this on the front burner in your asset development. How can you provide properties for young people on a rent-to-own basis and on a mortgage basis? So, ladies and gentlemen, I promise that I was done and I am done. These are my thoughts on how real estate development can drive and accelerate economic development. There's not enough time to speak about so many things, capital formation and so many things. There is the untold story of the consequence of real estate development, which is maintenance. That's where the juice is, and facility management. Once you build, you can't build forever. There's the point where you stop. But real sustainable employment lies in the operation and the maintenance of the buildings. That's where all of the artisans that we have trained, all those skill workshops we do every year, we are investing people with skills. What are the jobs that we are giving to them? And maintenance is where the answer lies for sustainable economic development. Thank you very much. Please give the applause going.
for special keynote speaker, special guest, former governor of Lagos State, SAN, CON, Dr. Babatunde Raji Fashola. Please give him another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Please give him a round of applause. A former cabinet minister in charge of power, works and housing. Please sit down, ladies and gentlemen.